All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the wild, incredibly ambitious, and honestly pretty clumsy race to build the first real robot for your home. You know, a machine that could actually do your laundry, empty your dishwasher, and maybe change everything.
And listen, this isn't some distant sci-fi fantasy. This is a multi-trillion-dollar promise being made right now by the folks leading this new tech revolution. The vision is literally billions of these robots becoming a part of our daily lives. But behind that huge vision is a pretty strange reality. To teach these super advanced robots, companies are literally hiring human pilots. These people spend their days wearing VR headsets, doing chores over and over, just to generate the data that becomes the robot's brain. It's pretty surreal. To really understand why this is all happening so fast, you first have to get your head around the sheer scale of the ambition here. And I mean, it is astronomical. So this is the number that Figure AI's CEO, Brett Adcock, throws around. $40 trillion. That's his estimate for the total value of all manual labor in the entire global economy. The goal isn't just to automate a few tasks, it's to completely redefine the value of physical work itself. And yeah, this vision goes way beyond just doing the dishes. We're talking about a future where robots are woven into almost every kind of manual job, from factories and hospitals right here on Earth to, yes, even building colonies out in space. Okay, so that's the dream. Now, what's really fascinating is how that incredible dream clashes with what these robots can actually do today. And let's just say the gap is pretty big. This really nails the current state of things. So during a visit to Figure's headquarters, a reporter saw a robot trying to fold a towel get snagged and just freeze. Another one, trying to load a washer, just kept dropping the laundry and couldn't pick it back up. The promise is definitely there, but the execution, it's very much a work in progress. And look, even the company's CEO is pretty open about the challenge. He admits that getting to full autonomous capability in a messy place like a home is a massive engineering problem they're still trying to solve. 2026 is the target, but he calls it a big push. So the big question is, how do they plan to get from clumsy to capable? Well, the answer, they believe, isn't just about better hardware. It's about creating a really sophisticated AI brain to run the whole show. The secret sauce here is an internal AI they call Helix, and it's a neural network. Just think of it like this. It's a computer system that isn't programmed with a bunch of rigid rules. Instead, it learns skills and patterns by just watching massive amounts of data, kind of like how we learn. And Helix is pretty cleverly designed. It's split into 3 systems that basically mimic how we think. You've got System 0, that's like your inner ear, just handling balance. System 1 is the nervous system, controlling the muscles. And System 2, that's the logical brain, looking at the world and deciding, okay, what do I do next? So here's the crucial part. For this robot brain to learn anything, it needs a teacher. And right now, that teacher is a human in a VR headset. Every single movement they make, whether it's picking up a coffee mug or folding a shirt, it's all being recorded. The AI then studies all those examples to figure out how a human actually does things in the real world. Now, this massive tech push isn't happening in some quiet R&D lab. Oh no, it is a full-blown race, and it's being fueled by absolutely staggering amounts of money from some of the biggest names in tech. Get this, Figure AI, a company that is only 3 years old and doesn't even have a product on the market yet, has a valuation of $39 billion. That's the kind of insane financial confidence being poured into this vision. And just take a look at who's placing these bets. We're talking about the absolute titans of the industry, the very companies and people building the AI revolution. They are all convinced that humanoid robots are the next big thing. But for all the amazing demo videos and all the investor hype, experts who've been in this game for a long time are urging a bit of caution. A perfectly edited video of a robot doing something flawlessly doesn't mean it can handle the messy, chaotic, unpredictable reality of your kitchen. So, okay, let's look past the engineering and the money for a minute. Let's just assume they succeed. What does it actually mean for us to have one of these things living in our homes? Because the questions this brings up are huge. Well, number one is safety. I mean, an AI chatbot that hallucinates and just confidently makes stuff up is one thing. But what happens when a robot holding a knife has that same kind of glitch? When you connect unpredictable AI to a powerful physical body, the safety problem gets a whole lot harder to solve. Then there's the economic impact, which is almost impossible to imagine. This technology could free humanity from all kinds of manual labor, for sure, but it could also free millions of people from their paychecks. The potential disruption to the job market is just enormous. And finally, there's privacy. For these robots to learn and do their jobs, they have to see and process everything that happens in your home. This would create the most intimate, most powerful data set you can possibly imagine. So, who controls that data, and how do they use it? And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. The race to build a humanoid robot might feel like an engineering problem, but its arrival is going to force us to deal with much, much bigger questions. The hardest part won't be teaching a robot how to fold a towel. It'll be deciding how we, as a society, actually want to live alongside them.